too bad with the with no hair at all. Glen Boss has been done. Chris Muntz has been done. I think that's Glen there. They look completely different now to what we're used to. And Darren, the job is almost complete. And as we said, this is all to raise money for kids with cancer at Rosehill. So Lenny Beasley, he's almost complete. I think Len's come through it all right as well. He doesn't look too bad. We're going to have to get used to it for a while. I bet these jockeys are just hoping that this hair is going to grow back. They'll be in trouble if it doesn't. Who else has been called into the chair now? Huey. Oh, Hugh is about to be attacked with the clippers, and what amazes me is how fast they're doing these. 1 minute, he's got the full head of hair, Hugh Bowman, and within about 45 seconds, he'll be as bald as a bat. Yorkie, they're underway with Sydney's leading rider from last season. The winner of the, well, just as well he had the full head of hair for Thursday night, the big function in Sydney with the George Moore medal. And who's this? This is Corey Brown. Corey Brown as well. So that's good to see those jockeys getting behind a very worthy cause there at Rosehill. But if you see a few jockeys and possibly trainers, stewards, maybe even racing commentators over the next few weeks a bit short of hair, you'll know that they've been to Rosehill today. That's it for today's edition of Inside Running. I hope you can join us tomorrow for Ori Star Stakes Day at Flemington. Our Inside Running preview for a Sunday is at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time following Racing Retro. Coming up next, our Saturday afternoon of live racing on Sky.
McKinnon, as we say good morning to you.
Oh, Brendan, I've got a full head of hair. I'm not participating in New South Wales Bluey Day, but the stewards are, and also several of Sydney's leading jockeys. Ray Murray, can you please doff the hat and show me the result of this head shaving incident?
With some trepidation. I hope they're ready at home, Joe.
Wow. Where's your lollipop?
Someone gave us a light globe. I don't know whether they want to put it in the mouth or compare it to the head.
Can you believe you've done this? It's a fairly radical look.
I think Larry Cassidy's guilty of entrapment. Yeah. But anyway, it's for a great cause, and I hope everyone chips in today. And it was a bit of fun doing it. I don't know if it'll be as much fun standing in front of the mirror tonight and having a look at it.
Yeah, what sort of reception do you think you'll get at home?
One of shock, I bet. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's all for a good cause. As you mentioned, a lot of money being raised today.
There is, and I think Larry Cassidy and co have raised something in the order of $20,000, and we put a price of $10,000 on our head. He got that almost immediately, but we like to see more and give the fund a kick along and help the kids with cancer.
It's good to see you. You're a good sport, Ray.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good.
Ray Murray there, looking very different, Wayne Harris. You didn't participate?
Joe, I've got too many scars on my head. Good morning to you. Too many scars on my head. They'd play snakes and ladders on there. I can't believe there's so many brothers to Chris and Kerry Jordan running around at the moment. The jockey's a bit different. You might see it come on TV here. Chris Muntz and Glen Boss had their heads sprayed after this with spots and stripes, so they'll sport a very stunning look today.
An interesting start to the day, Premier Stakes Day, Wayne, and what a magnificent afternoon it promises to be.
This is a great time of year, Joe. We've got great horses starting to resume. 2-year-olds and now 3-year-olds. You know, we held a lot of promise for them. They're a lot maturer now. We're hoping they can come forward and produce what we thought they could. And the older horses, they're back, and we all know what they can do. You know, they always put in for us, and just great to see these good horses back in.
Everybody's tipping Century Kid in the main race?
He's got to be hard to beat, Joe. He's got a lot of pluses there. Goes well fresh. He's got a good alley, he's got a dry track, and he's trial well coming into it, so he's definitely the one to beat there. But you get a stiff opposition there. There's a couple of very nice fillies, as in Maitland Gold on type resuming, and Padstow, he's a great performer on his day, so good field there.
Yeah, they say Maitland Gold's come back very well.
Yeah, she's trialled very well coming into it, and she's always been there and showed us a bit of class, so she might be, this could be her preparation.
Okay, they're in the parade ring for the first on the program here. Premier Stakes.
They're set now. Thank you, John, and good afternoon, everyone. Set to go on the first of the day. Good plonk for Make Me a Miracle here, Irish Prince favourite. They're off, and they jumped in a nice even line, and near the inside for Wadi, the early leader from Newington Style. The Falcon racing up very quickly, followed by Proven True, caught wide out the favourite Irish Prince. A couple of lengths to Captain Dash, and then Rather Proud, followed by Shanksy, Cosmic Rays, Knockdown Power, and the heavily supported Make Me a Miracle is last. On the side, 700 to go, and the Falcon rushes to a lead lead of 1 3/4 now, Newington Style. For Waddy the Rails is third. Irish Prince is running fourth on the outside of Proven True. 2.5 Captain Dash. Rather Proud is wide out. Shanksy nearer to the fence, then Cosmic Rays. 3 lengths to Make Me a Miracle. He's a long way back, and last is Knockdown Power. Around the corner, 400 to go. The Falcon the leader. Irish Prince is setting out after him, followed by Newington Style, and then Fawadi, followed by Rather Proud. Cosmic Rays unwinding, and then Make Me a Miracle. Irish Prince shot to the front inside the 200. Irish Prince, Darren Beedman going for home. Cosmic Rays and Make Me a Miracle starting to fly. Irish Prince is the leader. Make Me a Miracle coming quickly on the outside, and it's hard to say from this angle between the pair of them. Irish Prince and Make Me a Miracle with third for Waddy from Shanksy. Cosmic Rays just died on its run from Newington Style, and then a gap to Captain Dash. Proven True from the Falcon. Knockdown Power and Rather Proud was last to complete the course. Stand by for placings in the first event of the day. Irish Prince in front. Make Me a Miracle started to unwind on the outside and made big strides, and this is another very close finish. My word, don't we experience some tight finishes in Sydney these days. The ground shot always pointers the inside horse here because of the position of the ground camera. The longer shot will give us a better idea. This is deadly close. Working from the top of the book, number 1 at 5:30 and 1:70, and number 6 Irish Prince. Number 1 gets there in time. Number 1 is the winner. Make Me a Miracle at $5.30 and $1.70, and has landed some nice bets. Number 1 is the winner. Make Me a Miracle, trained by John Hawkes and Nick Moratis. First up since the 5th of May by Flying Spur from Commercial Choice and ridden by Rodney Quinn. Number 6 is second, and that is Irish Prince, ridden by Darren Beedman for Somerton trainer Keith Swan, $1.50. And number 3 is third, and that is Fawadi, ridden by Mark de Montfort for Randwick trainer Jim Lee, $1.90. 163, and number 7 Shanksy was the official fourth. The time for the race, 1:04.18, 34.58 was the sectional time. Now, as far as the exotic information is concerned, the Quinella is 11:30, exacta 1980, trifecta 93.60, and the...
Okay, Ian, we'll come back to you for the second race at 12:38. Gee, they've run some time. That horse has come from near enough to last.
And How Big got away okay. Bergamia, the favourite, soon after the start, dropped out to be a conspicuous last. He's about 3 lengths off the second last horse. And It's Contagious rolled to the front of the early stages over Casino Heights and Tansman on the outside. How Big in behind them in the pink colours, running fourth on the inside from Classic Benbara. And at least 3 lengths to Bergamia at the tail, about 1,500 to go. And It's Contagious in front, led by Nectar Tansman, 1.5 lengths Casino Heights. Over on the inside, How Big enjoying a good run, fourth the inside, and then Classic Benbara and 2 to Bergamia. They're out near the 1,300 metres, climbing the rise at the back of the course, and It's Contagious is bowling along for Brian Werner, led by 3/4 of a length. Tansman second, Casino Heights third, How Big fourth on the inside, couple of lengths away to Classic Benbara and 2 to Bergamia. Last of the 6 runners as they go along the back of the course now with 1,100 metres before them. And the leader, It's Contagious. It's Contagious leading by about a half a length. Tansman in second placing, 2.5 Casino Heights. How Big fourth the inside, a neck away then Classic Benbara, and 2.5 to 3 lengths away to Bergamia. He would be about 10 lengths from the leader at the 800 metres, and It's Contagious quickening up the tempo in the race, leading a little over a length now. Tansman just pushed along a fraction second, 2.5 lengths away then Casino Heights, followed by Classic Benbara, who's gone up fourth the outside of How Big, and 3 or 4 lengths to Bergamia as they went by the 600 metres. And It's Contagious coming towards the turn. He leads by 1.5 lengths now, and Werner's asking for the supreme effort. Tansman sticks to him, and Casino Heights switches to the inside. Then Classic Benbara, How Big, and Bergamia still last as they cornered. It's Contagious round the turn at the 300, 1.5 lengths. Casino Heights, here's Classic Benbara pulled to the outside, and Bergamia is the widest down the outside. It's Contagious at the 150 by 2. Classic Benbara the outside, Bergamia very wide, leaving it very late. It's Contagious just in front near the line. It's Contagious. It's Contagious all the way. Beats Classic Benbara. Casino Heights third, Bergamia fourth, and then Tansman and How Big last of all.
Masterful ride there from Brian Werner, getting the Lentrelaw trained It's Contagious home, 8:30, 6:90, 8:10 across the country. Second, Classic Benbara, the one which Andrew mentioned was spec'd prior to the race. Casino Heights third. Tansman, the hurdler, running a good race. And Lonigan Miller, he was patient, and perhaps a bit too patient with the favourite Bergamia. So it's 6, 5 and 1 as we await interim Quinella trifecta. And we heard from Len Trelaw prior to the race. Victoria Park, main ones in the market for the Cutty Sark.
Righto, John, thank you. Jai's Jump favourite on course ahead of number 3 Beryl. Beryl tote favourite, however, at 3:30. Jai's Jump 3:60. 2 to come up, Prince of Play and also Jai's Jump. Jai's Jump is resuming today, but has barrier trialled very well. Hasn't raced since the Sires at Randwick on the 21st of April. Glenn Boss riding this Rory's Jester Colt for Billy Mitchell. First of the day, an exceptionally close finish. The result in doubt until the judge semaphored the number. Number 1 got it. Make Me a Miracle. Rod Quinn landed some nice bets. First up from a spell, beat 6 Irish Prince by a whisker. 3 for Wadi third and 7 ran fourth. Now we look to be set for race number 2, the Ansett Australia. Beryl, the inside runner here. She and Dama win, the 2 fillies in the field. They're off this time. Full Song came out a little awkwardly, and the same for Prince of Play, and Beryl bounced out in front of Damawin. So the 2 fillies at the head of a fair settling, with Jai's Jump wide out third, Storm Force is fourth, then Pimpala Warrior 2 lengths further back, Prince of Play wanting to race a little ungenerously, and the Climate action, and last of all is Full Song. They gallop down past the 800, and Beryl almost joined by Jai's Jump, a length and a half to Damawin, and neck the fence is Storm Force, 2 lengths to Pimpala Warrior, not racing generously from Prince of Play the outside, and Full Song the fence is last. Only 7 lengths between first and last. 500 metres left to go, and Beryl shows the way. Beryl's break is about a half to 3/4 of a length on Jai's Jump. Storm Force looking for the run. Damawin going 3 and 4 wide, 5 wide Prince of Play. The extreme outside is Pimpala Warrior, and Full Song is last. Disappointed for a run. They come to the 300. Any one of 4 or 5 can win here. Beryl from Jai's Jump, Damawin, Prince of Play, Storm Force the inner, and then Pimpala Warrior and Full Song. Beryl is just in front. Storm Force the inside, and Damawin from Prince of Play. Storm Force after Beryl as they reach the line. Beryl, reckon Beryl, and Nostril 2 Storm Force. Third 2 Damawin, followed by Prince of Play, and then came Jai's Jump, Full Song and Pimpala Warrior last to complete the course. Beryl from here looks as though it's beaten Storm Force, but you wouldn't put your life on it. Beryl number 3 showing a dividend of $3.40 and $1.90, and Storm Force was $12.30 and $5.40. Let's have a look at this slow motion shot as they get down towards the line. Yeah, she's won it, Beryl number 3. I've got to get used to this angle. It's totally opposite here again, like Warwick Farmer saying the other day, to what we have been accustomed to for so long. Number 3 Beryl, Lesbridge for many owners, Scott Pollard aboard, and $3.40 and $1.90 is the winner. Second placing goes to number 8, and that is Storm Force, written by Corey Brown, $5.40. Third is number 4, and that is Damawin. James Innes, no third tote. Quinella, $18.40. Exacta, $30.60. Trifecta, $144 even. The first 4, 3, 8, 4, 6, 914.10. Gee, Les has got this filly racing beautifully. A Bite the Bullet filly from Bespangled. And a race by A. Curtis, Ms. D. Gilman, Ms. R. Gray, Ms. K. Harding, K. Harrison, Mrs. M. Mentz, Mrs. M. Thornett, E. Wallace, Mrs. I. Wilson, and J. H. Wright, and Scott Pollard in the saddle.
Ford trainer.
All in now, set to go, race 2. 14:20, they're off. Oh, Filatimo dipped at the start. He didn't begin well. Rain Gauge dropped out to be last, and Spring Warrior pounced on the front. Filatimo recovering quickly to get into second and third placing with Polish Party Devonshire. Certain Something easing back to be fifth now, followed by Rain Gauge, and back last of all Legend of Ace. Out to the 1,000, Spring Warrior led. 3/4 to Polish Party, 2 lengths to Devonshire on the outside of Filatimo. 2 lengths Certain Something, 1 Rain Gauge, and last of all is Legend Legend of Ace. They make their way to the railway side, and Spring Warrior the leader, 800 before them, out by a length to Polish Party, right on the speed today. Couple Devonshire outside Filatimo, 2 lengths to Certain Something, Rain Gauge, and last of all is Legend of Ace. They came up the side of the course now, and about 8 lengths would cover them at the 600 metres. Spring Warrior by 3/4, Polish Party. Devonshire, the bolter of the small field, is third. Filatimo right behind them. Certain Something's pushed along at the moment, not responding at this point. Rain Gauge through and he's inside and pulled out wide. Legend of Ace as they swing into the straight, and it's Spring Warrior the leader, Polish Party throwing out the threat, then Filatimo getting to the outside at the 200 metres, and Spring Warrior from Polish Party, Filatimo and Rain Gauge going for a run between them. Spring Warrior and Filatimo on the outside with Polish Party in the centre, the three of them coming to the line. Filatimo on the outside going home the better. Filatimo a good effort to win by half a head to Polish Party. Photo third, either Spring Warrior or Rain Gauge, and then came Legend of Ace, Certain Something, and Devonshire last of all. Well, he stumbled out of the barriers. He was nearly on his nose at the start, but Darren Gauchi's got the best out of Filatimo, horse who doesn't always put in at his very best all of the time, but Darren's got him home here. Judge calling for a photo finish, no doubt, but Filatimo looks to have grabbed Polish Party on the line, and the Gouch has scored. He's got a good book of rides here today, and this one probably the best tried in the race this afternoon in this particular field. He's got it, number 4 officially, Filatimo, Darren Gouch and John Hawkes. Second placing, number 7, Polish Party, Damien Oliver. And it's another photo finish for third, no doubt. And the time is 1:25.05, 1:25.05. A little between Spring Warrior and Rain Gauge in that photo finish for third. That's looks to be a dead hit. And resuming in race 4. And a little later on, he's on Hot Riff, who's certain to start favourite in race number 6. So,
all clear given from behind. They're ready to run. Set and they're racing. And Just Dynamite was out the back, slow to begin. Lazar, and Korinsky is going out looking for the lead. Showing speed also on the inside, Temerarious, and then came Great White Shark, who's racing in third place from Just for Don, followed by Fiddler's Green. Wide around them, Lake Paris as they go over the first, and they jumped it safely. Then came Lazar, who's midfield. Shamrock Dancer next on the inside, followed by Fiddler's Green getting back now. Well back in the field, Real Zeal, followed by Bouncing Rhythm, who's third last as they go over the second. They all got over it quite safely. Back towards the tail, Just Dynamite, followed next by Bouncing Rhythm, who's passed again by Real Zeal, and Dobroyd last. Over the third, Korinsky leads. He's off the rails, Korinsky. He leads by a half length. Second is Temerarious as they leave the back straight. 2 lengths away, third came Lazar. Then 2 lengths to Just for Don, and 3 away was Great White Shark. Followed by, on the inside, next Shamrock Dancer from Real Zeal, Lake Paris. Then Dobroyd, Fiddler's Green. Bouncing Rhythm second last. He's 20 lengths off the lead. And Just Dynamite on his inside. They come to the next one now. And Korinsky goes over at about 3/4 in front. Second placing is Temerarious, and third is Real Zeal. Then Just for Don. Followed on the inside by Lazar. They're fairly bunched in the first lap. Then came next Dobroyd, followed by Fiddler's Green, taken deeper by the rider. Back nearer the inside, Just Dynamite from Lake Paris. Well back in the field was Great White Shark, who's got out deep on the track. His stablemate moving up now, Bouncing Rhythm, and Just Dynamite over on the rails. Now there's 3 in the home straight. One of them removed the second time round. A sum total of 12 steeples they go over. And Korinsky leads the way, or I should say 13 steeples. It's Korinsky a half length in front. Second is Fiddler's Green. Third, Temerarious. Fiddler's Green didn't handle it well. He landed awkwardly on the outside of Temerarious. Fourth placing Lazar on the inside there of Real Zeal. Followed wider on the track as Korinsky took off far too early. He knuckled a little on landing. 3 wide, Bouncing Rhythm. He's moved up around some of them, including his stablemate Dobroyd, and on the inside of them was Shamrock Dancer as they come back into view from behind the tower. Then Just for Don, followed by Lake Paris, Great White Shark, and last is Just Dynamite. They raced back near where they started from, and the pilot is Korinsky by about a neck. On the outside, second is Fiddler's Green. A length and a half away, third, Temerarious. So at the moment, the Irish have it. They're 1, 2, 3 as they go into the back. 4 lengths away, fourth now, the first Australian, Real Zeal, and Tommy Hazlitt, who won both races last year this time. On the inside was Lazar, then 2 lengths away, Bouncing Rhythm. It's being niggled out a long way from home. Followed on his inside by Shamrock Dancer getting warm. Just for Don's rider almost fell off. regained his saddle and composure. The horse, though, not a winning chance or a place chance at all. Well back in the field, Lake Paris, followed by Great White Shark, and starting a run, Just Dynamite. They've got one more in the back straight, and the pilot Temerarious now took over by 3/4. Second Karinsky still, third the inside Fiddler's Green. Now starting its run, Shamrock Dancers coming into it strongly for Grant Young. It's moved stylishly to second, shortly first I'd say, because Temerarious is under a lot of pressure in the lead. Then Dobroyd starting to run on. Further back Fiddler's Green giving some ground, Bouncing Rhythms just battling, and here's old Just Dynamite starting his run. They come to the next, they've got 3 more to jump in the Guinness Steeple Chase, and Shamrock Dancers race to the lead, and that's rare for him with 700 metres to go. He's normally chasing horses at this stage, and he's gone clear. Shamrock Dancer by a length. Now it's the Australians 1-2. Here comes in second place Real Zeal out after the leader. They've drawn 10 lengths to Just for Dynamite. Temerarious and Bouncing Rhythm around the corner. Shamrock Dancer, Grant Young, Real Zeal, Tommy Hazlitt. The Australians have it between them with Real Zeal. Too nippy now for Shamrock Dancer. Comes to the second last. Drew a length in front and jumped it beautifully. Shamrock Dancer ran out off his heels because he's tired. He offered no resistance. Real Zeal just has to step over the last. He's got the first of the jumps races won here today. He's going away from them, Real Zeal. Second is Shamrock Dancer. He'll hold second. The winner's stablemate, Dobroyd's running to third. Have a look at Real Zeal. He sprinted the last 200 metres and won by 20 lengths. Shamrock Dancer's second, to the applause of the crowd too, the winner. Third, Dobroyd from Just Dynamite. Then came behind them next was Bouncing Rhythm, who battled. The Irish finished a fair way back, or the next couple of Irish men. I speak of Karinsky there on the inside as we wait for them to come back into view now. And they're pulling up behind this tower. I speak of Karinsky, Fiddler's Green, then came Lake Paris, Lazar, and the others are basically retiring now from the event behind the tower.
And the Aussies clean sweep the second race from Victoria Park. That's Real Zeal, $4, $3.30, $3.60 around the country. To Rosehill Gardens we head now, and to Joe and Wayne for the late mail.
Testimony here, Brendan is dominating the betting for the next on the program at Rosehill Gardens, and not surprisingly either, a good run last start on the inner track at Ramwick.
Miss Blue Cow to settle. Miss Blue Cow, a little on the edgy side. First up for a long time, Miss Blue Cow. And she's about to come in. And a molar waiting for Miss Blue Cow to come forward. Right, John, thank you. 210, 110 for number 2, Chief Testimony, waiting for Miss Blue Cow and a molar. Crowd a little bigger than average, I'd say. I went downstairs and had a look at the action, and Robbie Waterhouse's return has created a good deal of interest. Rob and Gay's son Tommy working as change clerk for his dad. Set here in the third, and they're off. And Miss Doopsy, one of the smartest out, headed immediately by Mon Lady. In the third position, Miss Blue Cow, then Planiceps, followed by Chief Testimony. Not far back is Isla Christina, a length to Delphina Mola, very deep out from Natural Beauty, Shining Magic. Next to last, Embarrass, and a couple of lengths to Coochie Coo as they race past the 800, and Planiceps first up from a long spell. Leads narrowly from Mon Lady on its inside. Miss Doopsy drops in third, and on her inside, a halfback Chief Testimony. A length of Miss Blue Cow, wider Mola, then Isla Christina. The imported mare Natural Beauty hugging the rails from Delphine, Shining Magic, Embarrass, and 2 lengths to Coochie Coo down to the home corner. 500 ahead of them here, and Mon Lady on the inside again driving through to shade Planiceps, and easing around them now is Chief Testimony with the baldy face. Miss Doopsy immediately on the outside of the favourite, and then comes a Mola, Isla Christina, and a Natural Beauty at the 220. York's had to go for the whip on Chief Testimony. Miss Doopsy's got the nose in front of Mola on the outside. The favourite is tending to struggle, Chief Testimony. Miss Doopsy, who loves Rosehill, she's got to do it again today. And Miss Doopsy has beaten Chief Testimony, third of Mola, fourth Isla Christina. Then came Delphine, a nice return, followed by Embarrass, Natural Beauty. Planiceps dropped out, and then Shining Magic. Mon Lady walked home and beat 2 in. Coochie Coo and Miss Blue Cow. Oh, she absolutely loves this track, Miss Doopsy. She's now had 8 runs here for 5 wins. We should take more notice, eh? But there was plenty of money to say that Thunder Girl's mare could beat Miss Doopsy, but it wasn't the case. Number 1, the winner, Miss Doopsy, has paid $5.90 and $1.80. Second placing will go to number 2, Chief Testimony. And the runner-up has paid $1.20. And we're waiting on third. I tell you what was a good run in that race. First up since March, Delphine. It was a very good performance. 127 official with a molar number 7 third at 2.30. Quinnella's paid $4.40. Exacta 16.90. Trifecta 65.30.
And the first four will pay $240.60. The Rosehill specialists proving too good. That's the scene at Rosehill Gardens. We'll show you all of those dividends on screen very, very soon. Before we take you to Eagle Farm and Larry Olsen, to Andrew Ben.
Yeah, amongst the bottom weights here, as you mentioned, Brendan, 7 Fir Hill's been steady through betting on track, and 9 Speaker has also been steady, and they're certainly given chances in the race. Tennessee Spur's going to end up on course favourite ahead of Matago. Fir Hill, a $90,000 purchase at the Melbourne sales, has trialled, and In Red was fetched for $115,000 at the Magic Millions. Speaker, another one, of course, that's worth keeping in mind, number 9. He was bought for $55,000 at the Melbourne sales. Not far off a dispatch here. Third race of the day. The doctors had a look at Darren Gauci. He was ill after winning the previous race. He's got some stomach reflux apparently, and the doctor's going to have another look at him after this. So he's not feeling all that well, but I guess another win might just be the panacea that's required. And he's on Matago here after winning the previous race on Filatimo. First was taken out by It's Contagious, which led all the way. Now we need Fir Hill to move up into the line. Tennessee Spur stood well. Danzel has a green cap. Just note there has been plenty of support too at long figures for number 6 Danzel. So it's a race of great intrigue. Matago has moved in. That completes the line. They're set to run. Off they go. Matago began very fast over on the outside. Shirley's Lavina got away okay. Down towards the inside, Speakers driving up to retain the inside rail, and Danzel handy with Fir Hill. Settling fully now at the 800 metres, and it's Matago with plenty of pace leading the pack. Shirley's Lavina a length away second. Speaker on the rails in third, and Danzel the outside. A length behind these is Fir Hill, and they're followed by Tennessee Spur in the centre. Over on the inside In Red, trailed by Edging Out and 4 lengths to Largo, but Matago in front, coming up towards the turn. Speaker on the rails gets up into second placing. There's Danzel going up quickly, and Shirley's Lavina is still there. Fir Hill wider out, and then In Red. Tennessee Spur, hard ridden, has only 2 behind her turning into the straight. Matago is being tackled by Speaker along the inside, and then Shirley's Lavina followed by In Red. It's Speaker taking the lead, 150 to go. Matago tries to rally, and then Shirley's Lavina. The first starter, Speaker's a length in front though, nearing the 50. Answering Damien Oliver, and Speaker's too good. Speaker won it well on the line from Matago second. Shirley's Lavina third. Largo, the eye catcher, came from a long last to get fourth, and then In Red edging out. Danzel. Tennessee Spur never came into it, finishing towards the tail in company with Fir Hill. Number 9, Speaker. It'll pay around $9.40 and $2.70 on Super Tab. First starter, and retained the inside running, and then rallied strongly to take the lead from Matago near the 200 metres, and ended up winning in pretty soft style on the post. Number 9, Speaker, Damien Oliver first, trained by Alan Bailey. By Success Express, just a $55,000 purchase at the Melbourne Premier Sales. Second home, number 5, Matago, Darren Gauci. Third, number 1, Shirley's Lavina, written by Fabian Villela. Numbers are 9, 5 and 1. 9, 5, 1, the numbers there. Well,